Hey there everyone, and welcome back to more Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link. In the last part, we finished up the second palace and beat Helmet Head, and now we're just gonna go and do a lot of stuff before we can actually go to the next palace. We do actually have to do quite some traveling and whatnot. Now also, when I practiced for this part, I accidentally made a save state over my slot of what the one that I used for the walkthrough, so I actually had to go through the entire game over again and get the same attack, magic, and life levels as I do now, like I did in the last part, and also need to get my experience back to what it was, which, you know, is nothing out of 1,000. Anyway, this cave has a pea bag. Pretty handy. Anyway, and also in the last part we talked to Bagu, and we need to show his note to Riverman, whoever Riverman is. It's probably not the new Robot Master. But on the way, we need to deal with, I think they're called Bago. They're basically like Cheeps, except they shoot rocks at you. Why do fish need to shoot rocks? I don't know. And I got a little sidetracked there. I needed to go somewhere else. I wanted to go here, just to show this, in case you want the experience. Yeah, I have 100 bag here. Alright, now to this town we go. This is Water Town of Saria. In case you didn't notice by now, yes, these are all named after Ocarina of Time characters. I lost my mirror! Oh no! I guess I didn't get it. Well, better start looking for it. Let's go into this house. Wait, I found a mirror under the table. Well, how convenient. I guess I'll just give it back to her. Here you go. Oh, you found my mirror. Follow me. Okie dokie. And here we're also going to get one of the most useful spells in the whole game. And despite the fact that it's super useful, it's actually not even required, but if you don't get it, you're pretty suicidal, I can tell you that right now. Because the next area we're going is Death Mountain, and it's by far one of the toughest areas in the whole game. Hence why I said that if you don't take life, you're suicidal. Well, I might as well just show, like, life spell. It takes 3 bars of magic, or just a little more than that, as of now. And it restores 3 bars of your, health. You know Bagu? Then I can help you cross. Okay. Yeah, if you didn't do this, then you wouldn't have no way of getting here. I mean, there's technically a spell you could use to get over it, but in order to get the spell, you need to pass the bridge, so there's no point. Anyway, here's Death Mountain. It's a big labyrinth of caves and all kinds of really tough enemies, so let's get to it. Fortunately, there's quite a bit of magic jars you can get. Like, I think there are 2 guaranteed ones. Well, I know there's at least one. And then, you know, you have also the 6 count where you get magic. That's pretty much going to always happen somewhere along the way. Also, but when you're on the map area, you just pretty much want to go right the whole time, and you'll just eventually get out. And, you know, get out from the right side. I mean, yeah, the bottom, because that's where you want to go. Also, don't take this elevator. It's not necessary. Now, those guys are kind of interesting. You want to duck stab them, but you want to duck stab them so that when they get knocked back, they swing their axe. So you kind of need to get a rhythm going, and then you'll just hit them every time and you won't. But for those enemies that are on different altitudes, it's a different story. Or, well, is it altitude more like just height? Now these red versions are one of my least favorite enemies in this game, because they throw axes and you can't block them, so all kinds of fun. I'll skip that one, but there are quite a few that I cannot skip, so I'm gonna have to fight them. Like, the best bet is probably to use the jump spell. But, like, I kinda wanna preserve my magic. What also makes them annoying is that when they throw their axes, there's no limit to how much they can throw. Like, how many. Like, they could just throw 3 axes in a row without stopping. And of course, there's no way you'll avoid any of them, pretty much. You can maybe jump over one and then you'll get destroyed by the rest. Now these are in different heights, so I just like to take my time with these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. That's kind of slow, but it works, so I'm not complaining. I'll also cast life here. Yes, take the level, of course. Why wouldn't I? Now we're almost near the end of Death Mountain. Got a few more caves to deal with. And I could just cast shield because I think the end of this cave has a red jar anyway. Alright. At least the attack helps to kill him a little faster. Now, this right here is quite interesting. This is Spectacle Rock from Zelda 1. And that's where we are right now. Except, you know, it's Zelda 2. Alright, I got one without taking a hit. That's nice. Hey, you're not supposed to already swoop down. You weren't even close to me. Let's change the script, because why not? Alright. These guys are kind of annoying, despite the fact they only take 1 hit with decent attack. Now going this way actually doesn't really have anything, but there's a free 30 experience, so might as well just go for it, and they're not particularly tough enemies anyway. Or I'll just get 70 instead, that works too. Alright. I'm gonna actually cast life. I think that may be the smarter option. Ooh. Yeah, if you get a screen transition before the points kick in from your, the experience you get from the enemies, it won't kick in at all, so that will be 100 points wasted. Also, that really small enemy that you saw, you actually need a certain attack to kill him, but if you duck stab in midair at the right time, you can actually kill him. Whatever that attack is, I'll show you probably by the end of this video. Assuming I'll get it then. Like, in this video I'll definitely won't have time to do a palace. Like, I think by the time that I get to the palace I'll be past 20 minutes. Because I do need to do a lot of stuff before I can actually move on. I don't actually know what those guys are called. But they're basically like bots, except that you can't duck stab them normally. Oh yeah, I need to go back up. Pretty much now I just have to go back the way I came. And the item that we just got there was the hammer. Now this is really useful because if I game over now, I can just take that shortcut because the hammer basically allows you to break the boulders that are in the overworld. And there's a boulder that's blocking me right at the beginning of the game, which allows me to just skip a lot. And oh, by the way, that's exactly where level 9 is in Zelda 1, and Ganon left something behind, and I just fell into the same hole twice. Okay, thank you. I don't know what kind of tough enemies we are dealing with here. Well, not really tough, but they're blue. The blue Gorias are tougher, even though I don't know if they have any difference, as opposed to their red counterpart. They probably just have more health, and that's it. Alright, so we're officially out of Death Mountain, and now we need to go to the next town. First we need to cross a long bridge, and the next screen is gonna have bubbles, and on top of that also one of those red X-throwing guys. So, it's time for some fun, I guess. Alright. That wasn't too bad, I guess. I'll take it. Now over here, another one of those. Because yeah, that's a determined square, so that's how that works. Also, whatever you do, do not try to get an encounter in the graveyard, because you'll get destroyed. Because it's swarming with ghosts, and with just your regular attacks, it's just nearly impossible to really get that fairy, dang it. Oh, let's get another one. There we go. Always nice to see a fairy. Anyway, I need to break this block right here, because there's something waiting for us at the end, which we're going to need to get the next spell. Yeah, that's basically how you want to kill them. You pretty much just want to like run up against them and just start duck stabbing. Oh, and actually there's another red one. Just remember that. Just take the hits, I don't care. Just go through the fire and the flames. Now actually what I did right there is kind of weird and I don't actually know how to explain it, but what I did is I was 2 points away from being able to use the life spell that I just, you know, used there. But what I did is I got the magic jar and then as it was filling up, I used the spell. And I guess whatever amount I was short, that's how much you're now going to be away from the maximum, I guess. It's kind of weird, but it basically allows you to basically use a spell and have more magic than you're supposed to. I'm actually forgetting something, so let's turn around. It's really important that I don't miss this because it's really helpful. Because we got ourselves a heart container. And of course it refills all our life. So that's why I didn't bother to like use the life spell or shield or whatever. I mean, I'm gonna get healed anyway. Might as well just preserve the magic. And magic is gonna be a real issue with one of the future dungeons, like, or palaces, whatever. But we'll get to that later. Harbor Town of Mido. Also, these people that just walk around, they're quite useless. In fact, some of them, if you talk to them, they'll just turn into a bat. Like, I don't get it. Now actually I think in one of the previous towns I should have gone into some other random house and I would have found this guy named Error. And I believe if you talk to another person he'll give you a hint. I think it's about how you get into the next palace. Anyway, we just went to the top of that church area and prepare yourself because we just got ourselves one of the most useful attacks in video game history. Like it's the downward thrust or the down thrust or down stab, and it's overpowered as all get out. And I'll demonstrate that soon enough. In fact, it actually allows me to cheese a certain enemy that would otherwise be nearly impossible to kill by default. So we actually have seen that enemy already, except it was a weaker version, so. This magic word will give you power. Yeah, power indeed. That's quite a good word for what this spell actually is, because it's the fairy spell. Now, the fairy spell, it allows you just to turn into a fairy and fly around, but on top of that, it basically also allows you to glitch the hell out of the game. There's one thing, I guess one glitch I could show with the fairy spell just while I'm playing the game, just going through it. But, and I guess maybe at the end of the walkthrough I might show a little bonus thing where I just show the glitch even further. The glitch there is actually kind of similar to what I did with that elevator. Also, when you're at King's Tube right here, just hold down and you'll fall. There's a guy in town that actually gives you a hint about that, but you don't need the hints if I just tell it to you. If you're having trouble with the game. And yeah, the jump spell would not even get you here, so that's why you need it. See you later. Yep. That's the downside for you. See you later. See you later. That's actually a quite a interesting trick that I did right there, and it actually cheeses one of the enemies that I was talking about. People refer to it as the jackhammer, where you basically jump and mash the down button like this, and there's no limit to how fast you can beat enemies with that. Like with enemies like this, I can't really do it, but... Anyway, on that note that I'm getting this level up, I'm gonna end it off right here. So in the next part, we're going to go through this palace, and you know, be the boss, and hopefully get this magic container that I want. Alright. Anyway, see you guys later.